Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, I figured I'd cast a Polt game from May 2019 for the Patreon cast of the week. I know that Polt hasn't been featured on the channel for a while, but he hasn't been competing for a while. But I figure there are some Polt fans among you, so let's get right on into it. Top right-hand corner, we have a Red Zerg player. It is XiGua, who is from China. And in the bottom left, the blue Terran player, Polt. All right, so this is May 2019, which doesn't feel like that long ago, really, but it's almost 2 years ago now. So let's see if we can spot the differences between the meta between then and now. Looks like 16, 18, 17 is still the standard in 2019, which makes it sound like it's in the future, but it's in the past. Maybe time loops. Maybe when we hit the year 3000, we'll loop back around. Huh. I think there's a theory on that I read somewhere. I'm not entirely sure I believe it, though. All right, so this is a 4K Patreon cast. I'm going to be casting in 4K from now on at the suggestion of Somicron. You probably know him as my 3v3 partner on twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. He said, hey, you have a video card that can handle 4K recordings. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you bothering with 1440p? And I said, that is an excellent point. So I'm casting in in 4K. Ta-da! So if you're watching this on your 4K TV, let me know if it looks different from 1440p, and we'll talk about it. All right, so Reaper openings are also commonplace in 2019. This Reaper's name is Spurt the Kobold. Spurt is a tiny dragon creature who lived underground. Lived his life with barely a care in the world, happily mining, collecting moss, watching his brother be consumed by a gelatinous cube, capturing the gelatinous cube, avoiding being eaten, and almost being crushed by lava giants. After living to the ripe old age of 11 days, Spurt was accidentally uncovered by a Dominion mining operation. Spurt was sent to the Reaper program after throwing a wasp hive at a commanding officer. The question is, will being a Reaper increase or decrease the Kobold's already short life expectancy? This is a Critical Role reference, which if you're a D&D fan, you probably know what Critical Role is. I do. I've watched a little bit of it, but like, their stuff's 4 hours long. It's a lot of D&D. It is hard to find the time to just be like, 4 hours of my day is watching D&D. I don't like it that much, is the thing. Third base coming in here from XiGua. And this was before they made Creep Tumors light. Actually, that doesn't matter here with the Reaper, does it? It doesn't. So Creep Tumor gets down, which is really nice for XiGua. You'll notice Inject, no. Creep Tumor, yes. It's a Cyril thing that I first saw from him back in the day. Meanwhile, what do we got here? 1-1-1ing it. Yep, Command Center done from Polt. XiGua recognizing, yeah, this is nothing too crazy. I don't see any sign of roaches or a baneling nest or extra gas or anything. XiGua is just going for a pretty darn standard 3-base macro opener, which could turn into a Roach Ravager attack of some kind. But for the early scout, I think we're okay. Feeling pretty safe. Got some Hellions to defend against. Lings, if they show up, really no chance of getting, roaches across the map at this point in the game anyway. And the Hellions can be used for aggression if nothing shows up to try to mess with them. So excellent, excellent opening here out of Polt. On the other side, maybe Banshees, or it could just be swapping the barracks onto the starport, or onto the tech lab to work on those upgrades for the bio. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. But the Kobold is dead because these are Speedlings, so he's done. Did he kill anything? No. Got a good scout, though, so we'll give him a gold star for scouting. He did see the timing on the lair. He did see the lack of a second gas. He knows there's not a Roach Warren. He says, all right, things are good. Roach Warren is coming up at the front. Which, did he miss? He did miss that. So, this is what the Hellions are here for, is trying to kill drones and also check to see if there's a Roach Warren or a Baneling Nest or a Spire somewhere. There's a Raven coming in. We don't see a lot of Raven play in TVZ. I kind of like it. The reason is that Ravens are slow. Did he just, way oversupply himself in order to make this wall? Not really. He's got 20 available supply, which is a lot, but he wanted to make sure that Ling run-bys were going to be impossible. Hellions really just trying to find places to go. It's not working out particularly well for them, gotta say. Anyway, it is currently 47 to 39 workers in favor of XiGua. He's got his Spire done. He's spreading creep inside his main base. He's going for Glial Reconstitution and 5 roaches. These could be safety roaches. This is what I'm saying about Ravens. They're too slow, man. They get caught by queens on creep. It's not all that great for them. This is a lot of Hellions. Do we have an armory? Dude, anti-armor missile strike. And now suddenly we want to fight the roaches. Now that their armor's been reduced. Not on all of them, but some of them. Dude, he's got more Reapers. He's using the KD8 charge. What? That's crazy pants stuff. Meanwhile, hey, look, the Ling counterattack. This is what this wall is for. The Lings are not getting through it. The Hellions have to come home to deal with it, but at least no Lings got inside that main base at all. Fantastic. That was really, really well done by Polt. Now, the roaches are still moving out across the map here. They are still feeling a little bit aggressive. No, you probably don't want to... Okay, I guess they wanted to engage a little bit. As a result, a couple of them died. Any sign of a 4th base from XiGua? No. Any sign of a 3rd base from Polt? No, actually. Production, actually, yes. Production tab says here. Ah, the natural base is where he's building it, of course. Would make sense. And the Roach is going against this wall that's already kind of been injured by the Lings, but not all that much. Tank sets up, gets a big hit off on the Roaches, and they're like, we'd rather fight Hellions. Thank you very much. XiGua's taking a 4th base in the bottom right, getting a Baneling nest, getting, wow, 13 drones at a time, 1-1 for his Zerglings as well, and his Banelings. And it's really just bio here from Polt. He does love his bio. He loves his Marauders and his Marines. It's so weird to me. There's 2 extra Reapers. 3 extra okay, counting is hard. 4 extra Reapers in this army somehow, some way. I don't actually understand why we have this many Reapers, but the KD8 charges have been kind of fun, nevertheless. So that's good. We got ourselves a hive on the way from XiGua. Any sign of more aggression at the front from XiGua? No, not at all. But the 3rd base is done and landing on the low ground here on New Repugnancy, which I didn't mention. That's where we are, is New Repugnancy. Again, an older map, but it checks out. Centrifugal hooks about 40% complete. Not done yet, which is a problem if you're dealing with these Marines. And I guess, oh man, nice Ling surround here. That was great. Not bad. XiGua's playing well. He's a really good Chinese Terran player. I don't have any complaints about him at all. He can definitely win this game, even though Polt is the better known player. I think XiGua's skills aren't enough to hang with him. And he is obviously hanging with him to this point here at 7 minutes. If you can hold off Polt for 7 minutes, you're better than like 99.99% of the other players on Earth, if not more than that. Probably more than that, honestly. Lings, Roaches, Ravagers. There's an Ultralisk Cavern coming in at 8 minutes, which I sort of love. Like, I sort of really love an Ultralisk Cavern in 8 minutes. Ultras are one of my favorite units in all of StarCraft. We don't see them a lot. They're never super duper effective unless the Terran has nothing but Marines, which is kind of what we're working on here from Polt. He decided to go for 32 Marines, 3 tanks, and that's it, man. He's got a Reaper that doesn't matter against Ultralisks. So I feel like there's a tiny, tiny window where maybe this can get a lot of work done if we're saving up resources for Ultras. We don't maybe have a big Baneling army. Nice anti-armor missile again. Dude, this Raven has 0 kills, but has really provided a lot of good vision for killing creep tumors and thrown down anti-armor missiles and is doing some good work. Is that the only Raven in the game? Yes, that is the only Raven in the game. I was like, maybe the first one died. Nope, this is the Raven for today. Chitin is plating on the way. +2 ground carapace. There is a bit of a drop here inside the main base, but there's enough of a Baneling defense force. That's not going to be a problem at all. Adrenal glands on the way from XiGua. Lings, corrosive bile landing all over the place. Does he want to? I thought Polt would pick up, and he did eventually. Corrosive bile, dodge it! Yes, Raven stays alive. That is so Raven of the Raven. Creep tumors getting picked off. You just take what damage you can here if you're Polt. XiGua is honestly working pretty hard on these Ultras. He's got 2 on the way. He already has 2. It's dicey. Production tab says Marines and 1 tank. Polt's in trouble. The number of times I've seen a Terran player win with this heavy a Marine comp versus Ultralisks is approximately like maybe 0. Maybe there's 1 or 2 times they just have enough Marines and the Ultra count isn't high enough to really wreck them that the Terran can win. Also, the 4 tanks is nice. 5 tanks is nice, actually. But that's why we have Vipers. either for abducting the tanks or blinding clouding the tanks, because if the tanks get blinding clouded, all these Marines are dead. You ready for this action? Are we engaging here, folks? No, we're not. We're going to make the Terran either kill creep and wait for the creep to recede, or engage on creep, which is always very bad for the Terran. Never engage on creep. Oh, there's the blinding cloud. The Vipers came in. Run! The tanks are all dead. All of them are dead, and now it's just Marines, and now they are just running for their little Marini lives. Fare thee well, Marines. All right, well, ugh. It's not looking good. It's not even that many Ultras, but, like, you gotta run anyway. These guys, they've got chitinous plating. They've got that +2 carapace, plus the native armor that they have. So he pushes all the way back. You know, it doesn't get a whole lot of damage done. I thought these guys would keep going. Nope, that did not happen at all. I'm not sure where this medevac was. Unless there was that group over here clearing creep and then they died and their medevac had to go home. Seems entirely possible. Alright, so 4th base here, running happily from XiGua. Creep spread, pushing top side, pushing bottom side. 3 bases from Polt. Got Liberators out, which are always a good answer versus Ultralisk. I'm never going to complain about Ultras or Ghosts or Siege Tanks or Marauders against Ultras. There's a lot of decent answers for Ultras here if you're a Terran player. Parasitic Bomb tossed down. Nicely done on that medevac. Don't get too close to your friend there. You'll hurt them. Another Parasitic Bomb. So it's not going to kill these medevacs, but it does bring them to pretty darn low HP. Polt marching up that right side. Ooh, 5th base dead. Deadzo, Dunzo. Resources lost, 7,000 for XiGua. About 7,000 for Polt. Never good for the Terran player to have equal resources lost at all. APM check, about 460 average for XiGua, 340 for Polt. Trying to drop inside the main base. Where's that little Ling Baneling group around? Are we Nidusing? Holy crap. We are Nidusing. I haven't seen an attempted Nidus versus a Terran in some time, and this is why. Yeah, okay, so there is a defense force inside the main base, which is great. This hatchery is getting replanted from XiGua, which is nice. He's trying to do the Nidus again. No, bad. That's the exact same place you were last time. You don't think Polt's going to watch that area at all? Overlords don't have speed for reasons, therefore dead. Ghost Academy coming in. This is turning into, honestly, a pretty nutso TVZ. I'm enjoying it immensely. Zerglings coming in that spine butt just enough time for Lings and Banelings and Roaches and Ravagers to show up. The Nidus is up here. It's not really super terrifying for Polt to have a Nidus Worm there, I don't think. I guess maybe if Polt is going for a 4th base, which it doesn't, I mean, he's building it, but not on the 4th base location. Anyway, XiGua, yep, I was going to say, about time for him to expand here, and he is. Additional tanks in production. This is the 4th base. It's completely dead if the Banelings want it, but they don't. They want blood. The Ultras are just wandering through the Liberator circles without a care in the world. They don't have any answer to the Liberators. There's nothing here that can kill them. No Corruptors. No Hydras at all. And if there's no Fungal to slow down these Marines, they can kite the Ultras pretty well. Also, attack force on the other side of the map, killing a few drones, then picking up, boosting in the main base, but guess who was ready for that action? And another Parasitic Bomb gets tossed down, injuring both these medevacs pretty effectively. Ugh, making them extremely squishy. I'd love to see some Corruptors on the field. And by that I mean, okay, there are no Corruptors on the field, no Hydras. Medevacs really don't need to worry at this point. I think that is going to be the fatal flaw here for XiGua if this continues along this path, is just not having anything that can really kill medevacs except for Vipers, and they're not super good at it. Yeah, boosting on out and maybe landing on this base. Maybe. Maybe you can do that. All right, so they Parasitic Bombed the medevac again, and they have killed a total of 1 medevac today. That's not ideal. 16,000 to 11,000 resources lost. That went really poorly for XiGua. That attack into this Liberator circle did not do very well. And as a result, he's lost a ton here. But he does have another base up and rolling. Polt's 4th base, about 50% health, but otherwise doing just fine. Thanks for asking. Fusion Core coming in, probably for advanced ballistics on the Liberators, would be my guess, more than anything else. And yeah, a bit of a calm settles over here. I guess quick plug then. Quick plug time for the Falcon Paladin store at falconpaladin.store. There's merch there. There are shirts, hoodies, pillows. We've got ourselves a bunch of mugs there too. So if you want to check that stuff out, falconpaladin.store. We do ship to pretty much anywhere on Earth. So check it out, see what you're interested in. And yeah, I think you will not be disappointed by it. Man, this is XiGua setting up for another attack. This is, again, nothing to deal with. I guess abducting the Liberators and taking them out of it is nice. Blinding Cloud on the Ghosts, but not forever. They do back out of that Blinding Cloud. The fourth base, rather, goes down. Okay, all right, that was probably worth it, although a hatch goes down to the south here, too. So both players taking some hits. It's 164 to 133 total supply. Resources lost after that engagement, 23 to 15,000 resources lost. XiGua still losing a ton. Not great. The Lings need to get a surround on these guys. There we go. And once the Lings show up, then it's time to pick up. You can't kite when there's Lings around. But guess what? Polt had another command center nearby. He replaces his fourth base instantly. XiGua cannot instantly replace his base. I'd love to see him take this one. Maybe this. Okay, this one is also good. And he is. Another Nidus network in production. Does he already have the one? Yeah, he already has the one. He's making another one for all the Niduses. I'm okay with this. I feel like all the Niduses is a wonderful, wonderful experience. Polt hunting up. Oh, production tab left. Sorry. Polt hunting up this top right side. But we got some Lings defending the general area. Polt maybe attacking down to the south at the same time. A little bit of defense down here, too. A couple Ultras on their own are actually not super great at this point in the game. Not against +3 attack bio with +2 armor. And that stim. Corruptors are in play. They're in production now, so I like this. Something to deal with these medevacs is just worth its weight in gold. 2 medevacs have died in 16 minutes, and that's just not enough. It's not enough, is what it is. Okay, goodbye. Overseer died there without a death animation. Remember what I said about 2 Ultras being kind of bad by themselves? Yep. It's exactly what they are, especially with the upgrades on this bio. That said, they're pulling back anyway. Ling's trying to jump into this brand new base from Polt, and I mean, that's not even a planetary. That should just be killed. I guess maybe they're just worried about the liftoff, but I mean, force the liftoff. Yes, attacking here while double Nidusing the main base. Steady targeting! Snipe! Oh, the Ultras go down, but what they really wanted to happen were the, oh my gosh, one Marauder! One Marauder is enough to take down a Nidus Worm as it's coming up. Fair enough. I mean, I remember when they were invulnerable while they were building, and that wasn't good either. That wasn't fair. But man, one Marauder enough to kill this thing? That's all you have to leave at home? I don't know if that seems balanced, but maybe it's enough. Maybe, just maybe, it is enough. 2 more Ultras in production. I'm not sure the Corruptors are. But this planetary is probably dead. I don't think there's enough here defending it at all. And yes, it is. Planetary says bye-bye. Ghosts chasing out. Polt is one of the first players I remember to really use Ghosts against Ultras. Like way back in Heart of the Swarm times. Players were really struggling against Ultralisks. Terrans were. And Polt's like, you know what's a really good spell is Steady Targeting. Because it ignores armor and it does huge chunks of damage. And that's how you kill Ultras. That's always been the way to kill Ultralisks. Their specialty is their high health pool, but it's mostly their armor. If it was just HP, Marines would deal with them no problem. But the armor is what reduces the attacks on the Marines immensely. Reduces the attacks on the Marauders to a certain extent, too. And can just make a straight-up Marine Marauder army a little bit, make them struggle just a bit against those Ultralisks. But the Ghosts come in, soften them up. Soften them right up, and then that is all she wrote. Some more Ultralisks. Resources lost, 31,000 to 18,000. I don't know. XiGua keeping up in resources lost, I'm not sure. This really turned into a pretty nice match, though. Oh, these drones aren't working. XiGua. Friend, you got some idle drones up here. Ooh, that's not good. Double Nidus while attacking into a group that could just pick up and run because you don't have any Corruptors with you. Ah, good positioning here by Polt. So this base is going to be lifted off. Or it will die. One of the two does get lifted off. It's on fire. Hatch down top side. That's not good. This has been a bloodbath on both sides. I'm not even kidding right now. This has been super duper duper good stuff. 6 Infestors in production from XiGua. This group hanging out. Hey, Ultras, come over here. We'll give you a kiss with our guns. So what? So you abducted the medevac. The medevac is not bothered by anything that is in this army. I'm not sure where the corruptors are. See, look at these marauders, man. Look at these guys. Yeah, and these numbers, marauders are going to do just fine. There's 2 corruptors on the field. I don't know where they are. Oh, crap. 2 free infestors. XiGua's in trouble all of a sudden. I don't like this. This little hit squad. 8 kills on that marauder. Hero, 9 kills for that marauder. And then you just get out. This is what happens when you don't have any mutas or hydras or corruptors or anything. There's a couple corruptors, but that's not going to make the medevacs run in fear. Not going to cause any problems for them at all, actually. Man, 12 o'clock base here for XiGua coming up again. Changelings down here. Minimap says they're blue, which is always a concern for me, but eh. What has resources lost? 37,000 to 21,000. We're just bleeding. I think we're just bleeding army here from XiGua today. In case you missed it early, this is a 4K broadcast. So if you're watching this on your 4K TV, let me know if it looks good. Or if you're just, it doesn't matter. You're like, just keep broadcasting in 1440p, Falcon. It'll be fine. 5 liberators at a time on the way. Yeah, this is turning into a pretty intense match. Polt has been pretty content to defend and set out little hit squads. He hasn't really gone for a death push recently. It's been XiGua's the one who's been trying to go for the death pushes. This liberator setup, though, yeah, XiGua doesn't like it. He doesn't like all the circles of doom on every base that he has access to. Polt heading down south. Could take down that Nidus, but really worried about approaching it when stuff could pop out of it at any time. Infestor hit squad. I mean, does get a nice fungal down on the ghosts. We're abducting a bunch of the ghosts. Wow, that was amazing. Really nice abducts there on the ghosts into the banelings, into the ultralisks. But eventually, no. Eventually, the ultras have to get out of there. A bunch of them have gone down. We're looking at 24 ultralisks that have died. It is a lot. On the other hand, what have we lost for tanks? 12 tanks, 11 ghosts. Yeah, I think most of those ghost deaths were in that last battle, if I had to guess where they were going. High-sec auto-tracking, building armor, +2 air weapons on the way from Polt. I mean, this is... Some transfuses on these ultras would not be unappreciated. There are only 5 queens on the map, though. That's not a lot for 22 minutes. He's maxed out, though. He'd rather use the supply on stuff that can actually hit. So, I don't know if this is a desperation attack necessarily, but he is going for it. He's going to kill a ton of SCVs. At the very least, that's what he's going to get. But then the ghosts arrive and shoot everybody out. Resources lost, or rather, 70 SCVs have gone down today. 70. Polt's down to 37 workers. Now, there is a certain aspect to this where Terran doesn't necessarily need a ton of SCVs at the end of the game, where if they have enough orbital commands, they can just get enough mining from that. They don't necessarily need the SCV count. However, it's not a guarantee. It's always a gamble, right? If you're counting on those mules to get that income for you, it can be pretty dicey and maybe not give you as much as you would otherwise with, 70 SCVs. How many orbitals do we have? Does it even show here? It's 5? 5 orbitals is good. Not great. That's another canceled hatch here by Polt, but he's kind of getting squeezed. Kind of getting squeezed a little bit here. I don't know how I feel about this. Ling's trying to get a surround on this. Doing a couple murders there, but that's fine. Is every base on the map going to get taken in this game? This is the only one that doesn't have a base at it right now. That's pretty nuts. This has been a pretty fantastic match. I'm not sure I'm going to give it an epic tag, but it's been a pretty fantastic match anyway. Nukes! I knew with this many ghosts we'd get nukes eventually. Does he pull? Ling's getting on top of these SCVs, and there are not that many SCVs remaining. I think this nuke is going to land. It does, but the pull is beautiful. Okay, there we go. Did we all see the nuke from BlizzCon line? Like, by the time some of you see this, it'll be late March, and BlizzCon line will be a memory, but you'll probably remember the greatest nuke of all time landed against Solar from Mario, I want to say, in the group stages. It honestly was one of... It might be the greatest nuke of all time. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Just search greatest nuke of all time, StarCraft 2. There's 31 SCVs remaining here for Polt. He does get another hatch, though, which is awesome. He's killed 4 hatches today. I want to say he's probably canceled 2 or 3 others. Not bad, honestly. Problem is, Polt is sort of getting mined out. Right? XiGua's got all these bases. Does he knows this is it. He knows this is where... He's transfusing a base that's gonna die. Actually, the transfuse kept it alive. Never mind. The transfuse was awesome. Where are... Ooh, it's a lot of corruptors all of a sudden. He's making 3 more Ghost Academies. This ghost is dead. He's gonna run out of scan here. Or run out of cloak here, rather. And, 10, 9, 8, 7... He's like, I gotta find a good hiding spot, but I'm on creep. Please don't kill me, drones. Please don't kill me, drones. I mean, he's got 3-3. I'm not sure these drones could kill him. But these lings are going to. All right. Fare thee well, Ghost. You did a good job, I guess. You got a couple nukes off. Your death sound wasn't that intense, it turns out. $197 and $175 supply. It feels like a pretty good position here from XiGua. Look at a Ling run-by attempt here. Going to try to take down a Ghost Academy with Adrenal Glands in 3-3. Not bad. Sensor Tower, a squishier target. At least accomplished something, they say. Corruptors trying to pick off Medivacs from distance. There's missile turrets set up here, though, which is a problem. He keeps trying to toss down creep tumors here, but that's not working out super well. And 7 Broodlords in production. So let the Broodlords enter the game. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work out. Just steady targeting and ghosts are so good versus Broodlords. Like, as good as they are against Ultras, I feel like they're even better against Broods. Nuke down to the south. Ultra's trying to connect with something. The number of nukes that have landed today is way higher than the average, but XiGua hasn't lost... I mean, he's lost hardly anything to it. Another nuke to the south. This is the same ghost, and then another nuke up here. This can be pretty dangerous for Zergs. Multiple nukes going on at the same time, and they can kind of feel like I know where they are. Boom! There we go. That is a whole mineral line worth of dead drones. Knight is coming up here inside the natural base of Polt. Another nuke coming up. Okay, this game is getting an epic tag. Killed a Nidus. This ghost has 43 kills. Holy smokes. That's pretty intense. Another beautiful nuke. Brings the hatchery down to 26 HP, which means the ghost can kill it easily. This is epic. This is epic tag time right now. This Ultralisk is like, hey, never mind. Too much showed up to defend. See the steady targeting? Broodlords going down. Vipers going down. 5 more Corruptors in production. There is a bank here for XiGua, which is the huge deal. 4,000 to 1,000 resources. He's looking good. He's just, you know, trying to starve Polt out here. Polt's down to 29 SCVs. Tickled that hatchery. Killed it. This nuke's gonna land. Oh, Broodlords, get out of there. And they do. you know, slow as they can, but they do. Polt going nukes, both for zoning out the army and to get damage done on the other side of the map against these drones and these hatcheries. I don't know long term if Polt can win this game, just because, again, look at that changeling drop. The changeling drop to try to force field in the bio. That was kind of cool, actually. It's a good attempt. See, this is the mules, though. So we're talking about who needs SCVs when you done got mules. But this bank difference, Polt has 100 minerals in the bank right now. Every trade that XiGua makes is going to be just fine with him. It is 61,000 to 36,000 resources lost in favor of the Terran. But in the long run, XiGua's had so much more income and continues to have a lot of income consistently coming in here that he's okay. I mean, it's still, you'd want to watch out for those nukes, but I don't know if a traditional army necessarily beat this. Look at him pushing this back, though. Dude, abduct that ghost. He's not even protected by anything. The nearest missile turret is 87 miles away. I don't know what that's all about at all. More drones dying, though. I mean, it is 93 SCVs that have been killed, but we're up to 56 drones that have gone down, in all fairness. Another nuke coming up. Ghost, okay, that time they took the ghost down. This is the first time they've killed, maybe the second time they've killed a ghost. Polt's small little army is here. The ghosts are trying to stay alive, and that's the problem. Like, Polt cannot really afford to waste anything here. Here's the engagement. Parasitic bomb on the Vikings. Corruptors on the Vikings. The Vikings not standing. They're so flimsy. They are so flimsy. The Liberators all going down to the Corruptors. Oh, I think that might just be your GG, but the ghosts from the southern side come in. Get some steady targeting off. They're taking, unfortunately, hits from Broodlings and from Zerglings, which means they can't get... Oh, they can get steady targeting off, but oh no, the ghosts. Oh, the Baitlegs. They don't do bonus damage versus the ghosts, but it doesn't hardly matter. Ultras wandering through the circles of death. Not quite sure what they're doing, to be honest. Get up here. Yeah, there we go. Kill all the remaining SCVs from Polt. An attack down the right side. Polt is desperately trying to hold on right now. Another hatch down. Major victory. 100 SCVs have died. There are 14 remaining on the map. This is billion% getting an epic tag. Another ghost goes down. It's 106 to 133 supply. How does Polt have so much supply? Some of this has got to be the Liberators, which aren't helping a whole ton in general right now. I guess against the Ultras, they're kind of a lifesaver. Polt has a group on the right side of the map just sort of killing stuff that's coming in from reinforcing hatcheries. This is so... Is this enough Liberators to kill Broodlords, is what we're looking at. Dude, did Polt... I don't even know! I don't even know what we're looking at right now. This is crazy pants. Okay. XiGua is at 95 supply. He was like 150 a second ago. This resources lost tab is nuts. 82,000 resources lost for XiGua and 47,000 lost for Polt. Are you kidding me? No, I don't think you are. Lings could maybe sneak in here. This is crazy. This is mass Liberator with like a smattering of Marines and a Ghost and 9 Marauders out of Polt. This base getting mined out. This base getting replanted for what feels like the 8th time. Zerglings do go to town on a couple of these mules. I like it. I mean, I'd rather they kill SCVs, but that's fine too. Mules getting killed is nice in the long run. Polt keeps just wandering down here and murdering this hatchery consistently, and it's a problem. Good surround. But they're so slippery, those Marines are. Gonna caustic spray it, maybe? Going after those mules. He's taking a base that's technically the Zerg's. Parasitic bomb going down again. Corruptor's just one-shotting Liberators here. Killing a couple of them here and there. Pulls up to 136 supply. This hatch alive. Technically alive right now. Wings jumping in, getting some of those mules that are already severely injured, but that's okay. Corruptors don't want to take the steady targeting. Nobody wants to take the steady targeting. I don't know. These banelings are so precious to XiGua right now. I don't know what he wants to do with them. I mean, maybe, I guess the only moderate target here is the ghost, but they keep retreating deeper into the circles of death. They do take down a mule that's basically dead already, but everything's not really connecting there. Kind of, sort of. Okay, so that orbital is dead. Caustic Spray kills it. That's nice. Corruptors have to get out of there. They took too much damage killing that orbital. This is crazy pants. This is definitely epic tag worthy stuff here. I am having the time of my life. I'm supposed to be recording a podcast right now. It's not working out. Liberators. Setting up another orbital command coming from the endless pocket of orbital commands that every Terran seems to have at this stage of the game. Another nuke coming in. Ling Corruptor, straight up Ling Corruptor trying to win this battle. I don't think so. And that's your good game. Polt comes out on top. XiGua had nothing left. He had an Ultralisk and 5 Corruptors. This is your reason. 90,000 resources lost to 52,000 resources lost. Polt is a god at making good trades over and over and over again. Steady targeting, micro, kiting, using Liberators against the Ultralisks. Killing 18 Nidus Worms. I did not realize that there were that many Nidus Worms created in this game. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Army value, you know, not great for Polt, but healthier than XiGua's, that's for sure. We had a ton of nukes going down all over the place. 8 investors died without really paying for themselves, I don't think. 2 command centers went down, 2 planetaries, 22 missile turrets, 166 Marines, 31 ghosts, 125 SCVs died, and Polt wins the game. That is hard to do. It is hard to do. All right. That was one heck of a game. And I think that's going to be it for me today. Nice job, Polt. Good to see him on the channel. Good to see him win. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.